Hi everyone, my name is Chris McMurray.
And I'm Gene.
He's my husband, and welcome back to another episode of Hope from Grief here on our YouTube channel, We're an Open Book. Hope from Grief came about because one of the major subjects of our book, Live, Laugh, Fly, is the signs that we received from our son Scott after he passed to show us that he was still with us. And in sharing our stories, we realized that there were so many other people who, in their grief, were seeing signs from their loved ones.
So we reached out on social media asking others to share their stories with our audience.
And thank you to everyone who has contributed. We could not do this without you.
We've been doing this for over a year now and received and have been able to tell some truly inspiring stories of connections to the loved ones on the other side.
And each story is unique in its own way, but there are a number of common threads that seem to run through them all. For instance, they all start out with a feeling of despair for losing a dear loved one. But as the story progresses and they recognize the signs, a sense of hope and love comes shining through.
That is all because these signs are showing us that our loved ones are indeed still with us.
Yes, they are. And today's story comes from Debra, who tells the story of the loss of her grandson Hunter, who passed away.
Before we get started, I want to say we tell these stories exactly how they come to us in your words because it's your experience with your loved one.
Yes, we do.
Today, we're going to approach this story just a little bit differently. We're going to tell it in two parts. Okay, you ready to let's get started?
I sure am.
Here is Hunter's story, part one.
Okay. My grandson Hunter passed away due to a tragic accident, and I started getting signs right away. He came to me in a dream, and it was so real, I woke up feeling really confused and crying. Then, about a month after, I was checking my answering machine, and in between messages, I hear an I love you in a rough little voice, just like he used to say it. Then on Thanksgiving Day, I was cooking and thinking about Hunter, and my husband was sweeping the floors. And when he was finished, he walked into the kitchen and said, "Look what I found right behind you on the floor." It was a white feather. I knew right away that it was Hunter because I don't have anything in my house that has feathers, and my husband had just swept the floor. Then last year, on the anniversary of his death, I had to check the glove box of my car, and right on top was one of his baby bibs. And I have been in that glove box a dozen times since he was a baby, and I have never seen it there before. So right away, I knew it was from him.
Thank you, Deborah. Hunter sure has been busy. Let's break it down sign by sign.
Yeah, first there was the dream.
In a past episode, we spoke about the phenomenon of visitations.
Mhm.
They are extremely vivid and powerful experiences that leave a profound mark on us.
They sure do. And reactions to visitations will differ from person to person. Some people may experience joy and happiness, or in Deborah's case, confusion. These visitations are so real and personal that immediately upon waking, we're confused about what is real and what is not.
The next sign was a message on an answering machine, a simple I love you in Hunter's voice. According to Guidepost magazine, the departed may use phones to contact us. They're usually short messages that sound far away.
And that's exactly how Deborah described it. And these messages are meant to uplift and give us comfort.
And then on Thanksgiving Day, a white feather appeared.
Feathers have many different meanings, but they've always been associated with freedom, transcendence, and communication with spiritual realms.
I love how Hunter continues to reveal himself. On his death anniversary, he put one of his bibs in Deborah's glove box. He's getting a kick out of surprising his family.
He sure is.
But that's not the end of the story. There's more. We usually don't do this. We save this little bit of Deborah's story for the end. Go ahead, Chris. Read part two.
And the biggest sign of all is my son and his wife found out that they were expecting about a year after his passing, and it was identical baby girl twins that was sent to us from him. You see, he wanted us to know it was from him because his sign was a Gemini, the sign of twins, and I believe he knew that we would know it was a gift from him.
Of course, the family knew that Hunter had a hand in the news of the twins.
And I can picture Hunting giving each of his sisters a kiss before they arrived in their new home.
If ever there could be a happy ending to such a tragic story, this is it. Thank you again, Deborah, for sending your signs from Hunter.
Yes, thank you so much. And if anyone else has a sign from a departed loved one, we would love to hear from you and possibly share it here on our channel. Or maybe you would just like to comment on what we're doing.
We can be reached at rememberloveneverdies@gmail.com.
Or you can go to our Facebook page. We're an open book.
Lastly, you can just leave a comment below and we'll find a way to get in touch with us. Hey, did you tell everybody about the book?
One more
One more
time.
time.
Live, Laugh, Fly is available on Amazon, and 100% of proceeds will help benefit children's cancer programs.
Well, thank you, Deborah, one more time for sending us a story about Hunter.
Yes.
And, Hun, why don't we close the show like we always do?
Always remember, love never dies.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank you so much.